All right, hey guys, so we're going to look at another type of graph or chart today. We're going to look at pie charts today. If you think about a pie, when you go to eat a pie, it's a slice of pie. So that's pretty much what we're going to be looking at is different slices of pie. So let's start with what exactly is a pie chart. So a pie chart is a type of graph that we use that displays data in a circular graph. So it's in a circle. So just like this picture right here, it's in a circle. And most of them also incorporate percentages that add up to 100%. So if you see here, I found a picture of a pie chart that has student grades, and it's separated into A, B, C, and D. This one shows the number of students who actually have that grade, and it also shows the percentages, okay? So what we're going to be working with here in a few minutes are the actual percentages. They won't be decimals. They're all whole numbers, so it shouldn't be too terrible for you. But if you would add all these four together, okay, this 14.3, 42.9, 35.7, and 7.1, they would add up to equal 100%. So if you have a question that asks you if one portion of it was missing, you would take 100% and subtract the other percentages to find your missing percent. We'll do a problem like this here in a second, so it makes more sense. Okay, so what are pie charts used for? So it's just another visual way of displaying data that might otherwise be given to you in a type of table, which we'll look at tables later on in a different presentation. But again, I gave you the same graph here to look at. So let's look at some example problems. So in this example, this pie chart gives you class election results, and then it gives you the names of the students who ran, and it gives you the percentages of the votes that they got. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do 1, 2, and 3, and then I'm going to give you a chance to do 4 and 5 on your own, and then we'll go over it together. So first thing we're looking at here is it wants to know who won the election. Okay. The easiest way to do that and to figure that out when you're looking at a pie chart is look for the section that's the biggest. That's the easiest way to do that. So if I look at this, I see that these two are fairly big. But then if I actually look at my percentages, I can see that 29 is bigger than 21. Okay, so I know that, I'm going to type in here, Wendy won the election. Okay, so the next question asks us who got the least number of votes. Well, I would know that the least amount would be the smallest piece. So just by looking at this, I can see that this section right here has the smallest piece, and Paige has the least number of votes because she got 9% of the votes. Okay, so we're going to say Paige got the least number of votes. Okay, question number 3. What percent of people voted for Oliver? So this is the portion right here where I was telling you that you would add the rest of these together and then subtract that number from 100. Okay, so I would have, if I do 29 plus 21 plus 14 plus 12 plus 9, what do I get? So I want you to think about that for a second. Okay, so 29 plus 21 is 50, plus 14 is 64, plus 12 is 76, plus 9 is 85. So Oliver did not receive 85% of the votes. What you have to do in order to get how much Oliver got, you have to take 100. So I know that this equals 85. But that's not what it's asking me for. It's asking me what percentage Oliver has. So now I have to take 100 minus that 85. to get my answer. So 100, I know 100 minus 10 is 90, and then minus 5 more is 85. So I know that Oliver had 15% of the votes. So if I wanted to check that, I could write 15 right here if I think that's what my answer is. And then I could go back and add all of these numbers together. And if they equal up to 100, then I'm correct. If they do not equal 100, we've added wrong somewhere. Okay, so we need to go back and take a look at it. Now, question 4 and 5, I'm going to give you a chance to do those on your own. And when we come back, we will go over the answers together. Okay, so let's look at question number 4. So question number 4 says, what percent of people voted for either Luke or Oliver? So what I'm going to do, I find Oliver here. I just found out that he had 15% of the vote, so I'm actually going to use that number again. Okay, so 15 for Oliver. Luke got 12%, so plus 12%. And when I add those together, I get 27%. So 27% of the student population voted for either Luke or Oliver. Okay, so let's look at the last question here. Which two candidates had about half of the votes? Well, I can just look at this and see that if I take my tool right here and draw, if I go down this line right here and I were to fold that over, that's about half of the votes. And there are 2 people in here. So just by looking at it, I can tell that Wendy and Vanessa got about half of the votes. If I wanted to be more specific about it, you could add these 2 numbers together and see how close to 50% it was. Okay, so I've got all 5 of those questions answered. Now it's your turn. So you have 5 more questions to answer. Again, you're looking at a pie chart. This one's about favorite Disney movies. I really like this one. So you're going to answer the same type of questions that we just answered. If you need to rewind the video and go back and look at those, you can. So you type your answers in when you get finished. Turn it into Google Classroom so you can get credit for it. And if you need help, let me know and I'll be happy to help you. And have a great day.